You ever have any extra fear about your kids growing up in the South, in Georgia?
Man, to be honest with you, man, I operate on a principle that fear and faith can't exist in the same place. Like, fear and faith can't exist in the same place. If you're fearful of something, you can't have no faith in that same thing. And if you have faith in that thing, then you can't be fearful about that thing. So,
Would you ever run for office?
hell no. I'm in
You
the for-profit business, Paul.
hey, they're running for profit too.
Yeah, man. Nah, man. But I would like utilize my platform and just make sure that I can support the people who genuinely have a passion for serving the needs of the community, man, and allow them to continue to flourish on behalf of our people. But I myself, I'm not interested, man. Anything that would disqualify me from making legitimate money, I don't want to do it. I couldn't. I don't think I could. I don't think I'd be good at that.
Okay, because the key word there being legitimate, because a lot of cats
Legitimate,
in office, right? Because a lot of cats in office aren't worried about it, but you said legitimate.
But that's what I'm saying. But the thing is, though, like if you accept like a public office or of some shape, form, or fashion, you have to kind of not really do business. You know what I mean, you got to live off your salary.
In theory, yeah. I mean, the president.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what I mean, but.
Hey,
unless you got the complexion for the connection, you know, then you can do whatever the fuck you want to.
Apparently, so although I didn't know fucking bright orange was the complexion.
Obviously, tangerine,
peach. Who fucking
knew? Hey man, that's obviously the complexion for the connection. So,
okay. Last thing about politics. Would you be excited if Joe Biden picked Stacey Abrams as his running mate?
If you, I mean, sure, man. If you ask me if I would be excited to have a black woman as vice president, yes. I mean, of course, like it's just I've sat down with Stacey, and I think she was the best candidate for the governor of Georgia. I think that, you know what I'm saying, we got it wrong when she didn't become the governor. And now, I mean, vice president, we got to figure out what their stances and what their platforms and policies are, you know, as vice president, because we had a state agenda in our conversation when I supported her for governor. Her vice president position, you know, but a black woman as vice president, I think is an incredible, phenomenal feat.
All right, let's move on to something a little bit lighter. You've been checking in with these versus battles?
Yeah.
And what are your thoughts so far? Have you enjoyed them? Which one was your favorite?
My favorite so far, I have to say, let's see.
We had Nelly and Luda this weekend, of course.
Yeah, we did. I think Teddy Riley and Babyface.
The first time or the second time?
The whole thing, like the entire, you know,
the fuckery
process, the whole process. The entire process, I feel like, was, you know, that shit was cool.
Yeah, Teddy's man dancing. There were so many layers to it.
Jill Scott and Erykah Badu was dope too. RZA and Premier was also dope.
Bruh. Okay, so I have to ask during this time the obvious question: is there one?
Oh, you know what? Manny Fresh and Scott Storch. That was another dope one.
By the way, this shit's been so long. It would have taken me a long time to remember. It's been that long. That was like 2 years already. That was
Dream and Sean Garrett was another dope one.
Now, who would be your is there someone you would actually be willing to do it with?
I mean, man, listen. The people been asking for me and Young. They've been asking for me and Jeezy, but I go back. I go here for here. Anybody from my generation. You know what I mean? I don't care who it is.
So anyone starting like if they dropped around 99, 2000?
Yep.
I mean, you and Jeezy would be great.
Yep. 50.
Oh, you would do 50?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, I think, seem nervous about the 50 smoke.
Man, come on with it.
I love that matchup, by the way, because at that moment, King of the South, 50 had New York on his fucking back. You guys have the commercial shit, you have the hardcore shit, you have the lyrical shit.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing is, sometimes the matchups, to me, you know how big a hip hop nerd I am. It's
me and Wayne. Somebody just said me and Wayne. That'll be a foul. You know what I mean?
You and Wayne would be special. By the way, Wayne's got a lot of records, Tim. A lot of records.
Yeah, I know. He gonna be he gonna be a tough one. He gonna be this shit gonna be tough. Shit gonna be tough, goddamn. But I'm gonna pull up though. I'm pulling up though.
So you
gotta meet me to beat me, goddamn it.
Have you talked to Swizz or Tim yet?
Yeah, I've been talking to Swizz and Tim all through the whole shit, congratulating them every step of the way because the shit is phenomenal. It's like what they did for the culture, it's outstanding.
Yeah, no, it couldn't be two better guys to do that, represent for the culture. It's been amazing. You mentioned RZA. Were you in a movie of his?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit? What's going on?
It's called Cutthroat City, and it was meant to be released in April, but you know, because of the pandemic and all, I think, you know what I'm saying, we kind of like had to reschedule and shit, and I don't know when the new date is, so we're gonna just let you know that RZA directed the movie. It's called Cutthroat City. I'm in it. Shamit Moore, Wesley Snipes, Terrence Howard, Cat Graham.
Oh yeah, I remember that movie. Yeah. I remember hearing about it. Yo, so, by the way, you got to work with crazy people, bro. You worked with Denzel. You got to work with Eddie.
That was definitely a highlight.
Dolomite was incredible, man. You must feel
part of it. Huh?
You must feel honored just to be a part of it. That thing was
man, absolutely, man. I mean, it was just like a fucking dream. It was a fucking dream. It was phenomenal.
Yo, what's he like? Hey, take me. What's Eddie like, bro?
Eddie cool as shit.
Is he regular?
Well, last thing you do is call that motherfucker regular, but I mean, shit, he was just cool as shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he came in there getting his, you know what I'm saying, about the issue. And in between scenes, you know, like we had like, you know, real casual conversation about sports and culture and, you know, just shit, family.
Have you ever stopped? Like, I know you've been used to this, man. You've been doing this for a long time. Do you ever have moments, you know, whether it's that or you were an Ant-Man, where like you're just like, yo, man, from a guy from Atlanta making rap records, when you bro, I remember when I got the vinyl for I'm Serious. I remember the promo for I'm Serious. To where we are now, do you ever stop and just go, what the fuck is life? This is insane.
Man, I do that every day. Not necessarily when I'm doing a certain movie or a certain film, but man, when I come home and my daughter yell daddy and run and jump in my arms, I feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't necessarily like a professional achievement can give me that feeling as a father. Like, you know, see my children graduate. Like, Major just made the honor roll and shit. Like, that shit, like, that makes me feel like, damn, I can't believe I made it here. You know, I came all the way from a nigga selling dope, trying to buy a car, trying to get himself together with dreams of rapping. I came all the way from there to having my own family. I was supposed to die at 21. I wasn't supposed to make it to see shit 18, 21, 25, let alone 39. And, you know, to have all of my children, man, live productive, successful, driven lives, that shit to me is worth all of the professional accolades.
Was it always like that from the second you became a dad, or was it over time that you realized, yes, you always loved being a dad, but where you prioritized it even more than your profession?
I mean, I think that everything takes time. You dig what I'm saying? Everything takes time, man. Like, parenthood is something that you'll never perfect until you're a grandparent. Right. Yeah, I mean, like, by the time you're a perfect parent, you're a grandparent. So, I mean, like, I've learned from every stage of every child's life and I had 7 children. You know what I mean? Every child at a different stage in their life taught me a different thing about parenthood. And so, of course, I can play with a different set of skills now with my youngest daughter than I played with when I was with my oldest son, or Neek or Deja, or you know what I mean. But I think everything is like it's all like steps to take for a fantastic journey.
People have a tendency to always say that the younger kids, you know, have it easier because mom and dad have already been through a lot.
Because you know more. You know what I mean. You can do a lot. You do a lot less yelling. A lot less yelling as, you know, a more experienced parent. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, listen, you're not gonna do that. You know what I mean? You're gonna get time out. And when you're a new parent, it's like, you better get your mother. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of why, because and then it's all about the examples of parents that we have. You know what I'm saying? The way we were raised probably gonna be the way that we raise our children, more times than not.
I was thinking the other day, I forget what the conversation I was having was, but I think it was about the idea of a versus battle, and someone brought up the idea. Oh no, I know it was. Someone was asking. We were talking about Jordan and Pippen, and the idea that Pippen and Jordan might have been the 2 best players on the league, but the thing was, Scottie Pippen was playing next to Michael Jordan, and the guy, the host of the show that I do for ESPN, he asked me. He goes, "Can you ever think of an example like that in any other field?" And I said, well, actually, I might argue that there was a time in hip hop when Andre 3000 and Big Boy were number 1 and 2 in the game. But Big Boy just happened to be next to Andre 3000, who may be the nicest in the game. Um, do you think, is there anyone you could think of that's nicer, truly nicer than Andre 3000 on that mic?
You be hard pressed. I think nice comes in so many different, like the barometer to judge nice is so different, you know what I'm saying, from person to person now. Because at first, like, we were just judging it based on hip hop. Then we began judging it based on certain types of hip hop, conscious hip hop, you know what I'm saying, crossover hip hop,
Yep.
trap music, gangster rap hip hop, like, you know what I mean? So now there's so many different types of that, like, it don't matter who you is and what you do, man. It's an artist just for you. So when you say, is anybody nicer than him? Ain't nobody nicer than him in what he do. You dig what I'm saying? Ain't nobody nicer than Dre in what he do. But let's just say, like, if you say Nas, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So what you get from Nas is a little bit different from what you get from Dre. But that don't mean that it's not as nice. If you say Jay-Z, you know what I mean? What you get from him is different from what you get from Dre. If you say Scarface, you dig? So it really just depends on what you going in that motherfucker looking for. But ain't nobody nicer than him in what he do.
Yeah, it's so rare though, and you're actually in this category too. Though the guys who are, you know, like 5 tool players, you know, who can really do it all, can really do the street shit, but can really do. I mean, like for me, honestly, Tip, for all the hard records you made, like if I'm sitting there making a mix of your music, I'm putting on Why You Wanna. You know what I'm saying? Like you had
You
records.
say you're not or you
No,
are?
I love that fucking record. Like you make
Oh.
your records that exist in that space work, and a lot of people, that's rarefied air to be in, where you can do emotional records, street records, chick records. That there aren't a lot of people that do that.
Right. I mean, I think that it depends on what parts of your life you like to share. You know what I'm saying? I think what made me so versatile was you know what I'm saying, I live so many parts of life. You know what I mean? Like I did the trap shit. You know, I got down, had my little run-ins in the streets and all that old shit. And when I got into the actual the record industry, I moved around and experienced a lot of things in my career in a short period of time. And then I fell in love. You know what I'm saying? I fell in love young as a new star budding millionaire. You dig? Which gave me a whole nother set of experiences. And you know, then I was a father. Always, you know, I had my first child and my first album in the same year. did. So, and then I continued to kind of like have children as I release albums. So you kind of like just notice
almost per album, but yeah,
a significant growth, man, consistent like growth that is ever present when you got a person that's kind of like living life and a diversified life and has things to share.
Do you think I'm wrong for thinking that your most complete body of work is King?
Nah, I don't think you're wrong for it. I don't think you're wrong for it. I think that again, just gonna depend on what you want, what you're looking for. Depends on what you're looking for.
One record I never asked you about this, but I actually liked it. Um, Tell me about what your thoughts are on the song Pac's Life. You did a Tupac record, you, Tupac, and Ashanti back in the day. And
Yeah.
it's sort of got, it's one of, Tupac's body of work, his posthumous work can get lost a little bit. But I always loved that record, man. And I loved your verse on it specifically. How do you feel about that song in retrospect?
I was just happy to be on the song with Pac, bro. I was just happy to be on the song with Pac. Like, Pac was the epitome. So to have an opportunity to be on the song with him, that was a milestone for me. You know what I mean?
Anyone watching right now, if you've never streamed it before, go stream the song Pac's Life with T.I. and Ashanti. I think you'll dig it. Last thing before I let you go, that's a posthumous collab. Is there one living collaboration out there that could happen that you have not done yet that you really would?
Man, I don't know. I want to do a record with Stevie Wonder. I want to do a record with like Stevie Wonder, Ty Dolla $ign. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like soulful shit. You know what I mean? Because that's what gonna make me dig deep and kind of like produce the kind of experience and energy that I need, to live up to that moment.
Have you ever met Stevie?
Yeah, several times.
Really? What's he like?
He cool as shit.
He's a different level, bro. He's someone I don't even know if I don't know if I could be cool around Stevie Wonder.
He cool as shit, man.
I was celebrating his birthday last week, and you dig into his catalog. It's the craziest thing ever, man. There may be nobody better than Stevie. He's right up there.
Man, shit, he a goat. A god in this shit.
He's a legitimate, not overstated goat. All right, last thing before I let you get out of here. What do you have coming out? You got music coming? I know that the TV show.
Yeah, I'll probably do something. I'll probably throw some shit out there in a minute, sooner than later.
How soon?
I don't know. And I ain't making no promises when I feel like it.
Don't anybody's shit at this point. You drop when you want to drop.
Yeah, when I feel like it. By the time I'm gonna do you just like State's been doing y'all about opening shit back up. We open this shit up. We feel like we'll tell you one day. Then when we change it, we might just change.
Yeah, just hang on. Hey, Tip, listen, man. You and your family be safe, man. Thanks for making time, bro.
All right, man. Love and respect.
Always, bro. Appreciate you.
Hey, I will tell you this.
What?
Got a chance to hook up with Hype Williams to shoot a video. Okay, bye-bye.